Welcome back to the Gentleman's Gazette. In today's video, we discuss something very close to our heart, more specifically, what it means in this day and age to be a gentleman. The term gent or gentleman has become ubiquitous in magazines, blogs, and on TV. Overall, it's used for all kind of men, and it's very hard to tell what the meaning actually is and what it entails. Also, over time, the definition has changed, and if you, for example, look at Prince Philip, which is a textbook gentleman, it may not hold true anymore if you look at his racist gaffes. Originally, a gentleman was a man of high social status and wealth, which meant he did not work. If you take a look at dictionaries, you will find a number of different definitions. For example, a gentleman is a chivalrous, courteous, and honorable man. Others claim it is a polite or formal way to refer to a man. It can also be a man of noble birth or someone of a royal household. It can also mean, just in general, a man of good social standing or a member of the House of Commons. Or it can mean just a man with a general good societal position. So what exactly does it mean to be a gentleman today? We believe it's much more than just courtesy. In this day and age, acts of chivalry can be interpreted as condescending sometimes, and what exactly does honor mean? It's so abused and overused, it's hard to tell. Overall, gentleman is no longer a description of one's character refinement. It's just used too broadly. Moreover, people work today, and the times where you just had your stately estate are long gone. At the same time, money and position can't buy you class. From our perspective, it's important to understand that today, anyone who wants to be a gentleman can become one. What matters is what you want to be, and it's something that you can continuously strive to be. While thinking about the topic, we came up with 11 hallmarks of a gentleman today. 1. A gentleman is imperfect. You probably wouldn't have thought that we start out with that, but we're all human beings and we make mistakes. If a gentleman makes a mistake, he takes responsibility and control of the situation and owns it. 2. A gentleman is high standards. That means not just for anybody else, but also for himself. He continuously strives for perfection and a job well done. 3. A gentleman is well dressed. That means he puts thought into his outfits and creates something harmonious that flatters his personality and his body style. It also means he's appropriately attired for the occasion. You cannot be a gentleman and show up in jeans at a wedding when you're expected to wear a suit. 4. A gentleman has good manners. That means he's courteous, polite, and respectful. A gentleman says please and thank you, he waits in line, and he treats others not just the way he would like to be treated, but the way they would like to be treated. A gentleman is also an equitable conversation partner and makes people in his presence feel at ease. 5. A gentleman is open-minded. That means he likes to learn, he strives for constructive criticism, and he looks at failure as a path to success that's essential and necessary. That means he's also receptive to new and different ideas that are outside of his box. It also means that a gentleman doesn't argue purely for the sake of being right. There has to be something deeper behind it. 6. A gentleman is interested and informed. That means he walks through the world with open eyes and an open ear. He can successfully carry on a conversation, and he always strives to learn more from others, so he in turn becomes interesting. That also means that a gentleman has hobbies and passions outside of his work, and he always tries to improve on those. 7. A gentleman's actions match his words. It's very easy to say, oh, we should definitely get together sometime, but a gentleman actually follows up, calls, sends a text message or an email asking when they have time, and you follow through. 8. A gentleman treats people with respect. Now, that's not just peers that are at your same level, but it also means other people, janitors, bus drivers, or simply homeless people on the street that have been less fortunate than yourself. A gentleman believes that all people are equal and everybody has the same rights. An arrogant person defines its self-worth by standing above others. On the other hand, a gentleman derives his confidence from his actions that are based on his work and his person, not others, and he doesn't have to put himself above others to feel better. 10. A gentleman wields his power purposefully. A gentleman uses his power to bring out the best in other people and help lead them to greater success, especially if they're not in the same position as he is. 11. A gentleman gives the benefit of the doubt to other people. Let's say something doesn't go your way. If you're a gentleman, you assume that the other person didn't mean harm, and you don't automatically attack them and judge them because you simply think that it was a mistake. Of course, if evidence shows differently, that's a different story, but as a general attitude, you're open to people and you see the good in them. So as you can see, being a gentleman sets a very high bar. And it's not a definitive thing, it's a constant aspiration, and you'll always have to work on it. It's a lifetime pursuit of self-awareness, motivation, and improvement. It all comes down to who you are and who you want to be. Now, all of that comes with challenges. Even though we have the best intentions, sometimes if we're stressed or if we got up on the wrong foot or we're in a bad mood, we may treat people in a way that is not gentlemanly. If that happens, own it, apologize, and be sincere, and people will respect you more for it and understand it. As a gentleman, once you've put all that thought into your actions and your behavior, you're very flattered if somebody else calls you a gentleman. It's not necessarily something that you pride yourself to be. Even though I strive to be a gentleman, I'm challenged by it every day. First of all, I'm a very impatient person, so I don't like waiting in lines, and I can be very direct, which sometimes people find to be impolite. You'll see as you work on your weaknesses, you'll find it especially rewarding when someone else calls you a gentleman, because it's not something that you proclaim to be.